Hello everyone. Today I would like to talk to you a little bit about broadly speaking spirituality and also my spirituality. What a little bit about what, let's say, led me to what led me to a little bit about what led me to the place in the spirituality where I am right now, as I may say. Because honestly, already in quite early childhood, I well, actually, I was born with as I was already saying in several movies before, and also posts. When, for example, I was making a movie about encounters with death in my life, and I think I'll come back to this issue and one more time make a movie about it, about death, about sexuality, about people should definitely avoid Abraham religions and give them up completely, and why they should disappear from this earth. So I was born with an umbilical cord wrapped around my neck. I was suffocating, and I was like saved last moment, as my mom was telling me, by some doctor who suddenly appeared there in this maternity ward, and because the midwives, why they weren't doing anything, he just could see, that the pulse was weak. Anyways, he was monitoring, and he started shouting, "What's happening here?" So anyways, in a way, I entered this world as a human being, through death, as I may say, and already it's quite spiritual. My main practice in life is Bon Dzogchen, and maybe on some other occasion I'll talk about it, about the process of birth from this perspective, and what it might signify. But today, just briefly, what you can see is my very big, maybe not very big, but quite big incense burner. It's brass, and I put pink Himalaya salt into it, big grain, and then burn incense on it. And I got one more incense burner. And the incense I burn are only Tibetan generally Tibetan are from Nepal or any other from this region, but and Hindu. So right now I got one Tibetan piece of mind incense, as you can see, a tribute to the mind chakra, and Tibetan Hindu those are organic from Song of India company. This is really a great company, Song of India. Compassion is a mossil wood note, and sweetness is lavender with aromatic fern. They're really great, and I love them. And the Hindu incense, which is with the stick, I put into my car because sometimes also have them at home here, but sometimes their smell is such that depending, yeah. Also on the time of the year, but well, never mind. I also have incense in my car, and because lots of my practice I do outside. I do in the woods mostly. And I really would like to recommend the company Song of India. I also have them have my roll-on perfumes in oil. This is really a great thing, and I never will want to come back to usual alcohol perfumes anymore. Okay, so and then I wanted to say that quite early in my childhood I was taking trips, faraway trips, excursions around the place where I lived. And for example, it was when I was like 7, 8 years old, maybe more as well. But it started around this time, and I was like bringing to my room lots of things. It was like quite unusual place, because primarily I was collecting stones, and I was really very much in love and fascinated by stones. I could see the beauty in stones. As a child, I remember I just I could see the beauty in every stone. I was taking it into my hands, and now I probably couldn't explain, yeah. But I could see something in it. I was putting it into my pockets of my trousers, pants, and they were so loaded with those stones that actually, because those were quite stretchy. It's quite stretchy fabric, and they were full down to the knees, loaded, yeah, with stones. And this way I was coming back home, and my mother was really very happy about it, and that was quite often happening. So I had plenty of them, really lots and loads in my room. Huge collection. Also, every time when we were going to the sea, the same thing was happening. I mean, lots of stones. And I could see somehow the beauty in those stones. And so I was collecting other things that I found, like animal teeth, lots of them, like this, and now I forgot the name of this shroom that grows on trees, especially on birch, but not only. Also collecting those things, and I love them really. I also somehow I loved the look of them when I was a child, and I don't know why. I really loved them. I was really drawn to those things. Yeah, I love those things very much when I was a child, and I was like in my family I was like a kind of weirdo, because I had cousins who were my age, and they were like, let's say, I put it into inverted comma, they were normal, let's say, pretty normal. They weren't doing such things, and it was, let's say, the talk of the family. Also, snake skin when I found, feathers, yeah, things like that. And what else there was? Also quite also horseshoe. It was still time when I was like walking into the fields. Sometimes it was I could find horseshoes, and I had quite a number of them. It was still possible in the time. In general, I had such ability that almost every day when I was going out, and it was the time when children still were spending actually all of the time outside, several hours a day at least. Yeah, I even in the evening, in the afternoon, I do want to come back home. There was, for example, called for dinner, but no, people really enjoyed this. I mean, not like today when children are inside, yeah, with their smartphones and so on. But anyway, so whenever I was going somewhere, very often I was finding things. Just I looked down and there was something like interesting piece of jewelry. Sometimes it was old keys and locks, quite old, like from the previous century, and things like that. Yeah, lots of treasures, as I may say. And so my love to stones started very early, all stones, and also especially precious stones, crystals. It so happened that my mom was working at some let's say jewelers, may say, big jewelry store. It was a chain, in fact. And sometimes sometimes she was taking me to her office, and there were some like cases, lots of cases, yeah, with samples of stones, precious stones, and it was like the most favorite thing of mine to really always look through them, be able to touch them. It was incredibly pleasurable and fascinating thing for me, and really kind of like the best thing in my life. I truly enjoyed it, and I was never bored with it. So always through my life, I loved jewelry. I loved stones, silver, in general, precious metals, also copper. And also for one of my names days I got gift I was dreaming about at that time. These were prisms, technical prisms. I got them from my parents in a quite beautiful box. It wasn't easy to get them actually. So this way I could like create rainbows, yeah, because that was another like another fascination, let's say. And also I can remember that one day when I was playing outside, I on some sand, which was just put somewhere, and I reached into the sand. I put hand into it quite deeply, and I felt like I felt something. Yeah, I took it out. It was a big, let's say, stone. It was just quartz, because when I turned it, it was and there were crystals inside. Yeah, the quartz, white quartz crystals inside. It was just I forgot the name of it right now. What's this called? But it was very rare. It was very rare. Because there one day, let's say my parents' friend, yeah, visited us, and he saw this, and he was like a specialist in it, a slight specialist, because he studied something about it, but probably geology or something. I can't remember. And he was really kind of, he couldn't believe it, yeah. He couldn't believe it that I found it, and yeah. Also, well, there were some friends of my parents, and in the family there were some jewelers at the time, and I had the occasion to sometimes like be close to precious stones. Even there was, I can remember once there was diamond in my hands, pink diamond, and these were in Poland, these were 70s, yeah. It was you know, because I was born in 1970, so these were late 70s and early 80s when I started my primary school. So it was not so, often occasion to actually be around such things there. Yeah, because it was still communistic regime. Although it was slowly drawing to an end, yeah, but very slowly. But anyways, so I had this beautiful crystallization, yeah. Not well. I really loved it, but okay. Let me just now tell you a little bit what I got here today. What stones and crystals. Here are my malas, and probably I'll make a separate movie about malas. Yeah, what malas I got, and yeah, there is also tincture bells of mine in here. and my sacred texts books. Okay, so here I have 3 lovely crystals, beloved crystals of mine, and actually all my jewelry today is very high vibe, as well as those crystals. I also have several more, but in another place, and I'm going to fetch them right now. There is a beautiful amethyst there as well, but here those are. This is quite big, just a clear quartz, rock quartz of a beautiful shape. And I really love it. But here is, this is really quite rare. This is Kansite. And Kansite actually is pink, lavender. But this is and transparent, yeah, white, as you may say. But it is of a very, very light pink shade, which is not visible. This is a very high vibe stone, high frequency stone. And here I had another Kansite. This is an pendant, but this is you know, of a completely different clarity, yeah. It's just, it isn't, well, it is, you can see through it. I just like, this is of course silver, I just like the shape of this pendant. And it's pink, light pink, but this is not such a clarity stone. This is that's why it was quite cheap, because Kansite A grade, just like this, they're very expensive. But this is those are high vibe stones when anybody is on the spiritual path for long, in any traditions, but especially, I mean, any traditions, in Eastern traditions, but mostly about Mount Kailash spiritual traditions, or some of the pagan traditions like shamanism. But this is very related, yeah, to one another. Shamanism is very related, for example, to Bon Dzogchen, because Bon Dzogchen supposedly is 18,000 years old, and it stems from shamanic traditions, shamanism. So then, when you are long on this path, and when you just were born with this, let's say, then I don't know, stones, crystals simply come to you. They simply come to you, yeah, because I had in my life I had periods with certain stones, certain crystals. There was which were like prominent at certain times. I can remember that there was a time when, for example, malachite was quite prominent, maybe for a year. Chrysocolla, then also fluorite, and then like they appeared like for a year, like let's say they let's say played their role, did what they were supposed to do, and then they like left me, yeah. And then, so anyways, when you are long on this path and you are in work in your heart space, yeah, and this entire like space of heart space, then throat chakra, third eye chakra, and crown chakra. All those high vibes of also everything that's above, everything that's above your head. Maybe on some other occasion I'll explain why I took, like, let's say, this name for me, Sky or Shri Sky, or yeah, Sky Shri Sky. Why such a name? So anyways, then like high vibe stones come to you, and the same with this one. Yeah, this is the same with this one. A beautiful danbarite crystal. It has a wedge here, a wedge, and that's extremely typical for danbarite crystals. They are also usually pink, slightly purple, pink, transparent. They got incredible rainbows. And it says that this wedge is like the key, yeah, the key that opens the heart chakra. When you, like, you know, it opens the heart chakra. All right. Okay, then in my jewelry, it's all silver. And maybe I wanted to show several of the items. For example, beautiful silver earrings, which is Ganesha, yeah? They are quite heavy. They are heavy, beautiful silver, and they darkened, but still it's beautifully carved, so they're pretty unusual. And quite a similar item are those sign symbol, yeah, smaller than Ganesha, but slightly typical, slightly similar type. Then with smaller earrings here, I need to have one more piercing in my ear, because I want to wear like 4 earrings at the same time, too bigger and too smaller. So one more piercing, and maybe even the third piercing in the upper part of the lobe. The ear, yeah? Not lobe, because I already had a go at the piercing and gave it up because I didn't like it on my 2 piercings on the lobe. And for example, here's a beautiful emerald ring. Emerald ring. I really love this. It's Hindu emerald. And also with emeralds, I got beautiful earrings with, those are peacocks and emerald. Okay, I also would like to show to you those two things. Those are very cosmic things. Those are tektites. Here's a Tibetan black tektite, and this is Libyan glass desert. tektite. They're pretty, you know, those are cosmic, very cosmic energies, because tektites are found where meteorite hit the ground, hit the earth. In this way tektites were formed, so it's believed it's lots of cosmic energy stored in them, and they are a see-through, yeah, because a Tibetan tektite seems to be black, but it's not black, because this is in fact glass, yeah. Just like most famous tektite, which is moldavite, it's green. So this Tibetan tektite is in fact like, looks black. It's a brownish, as we may say, yeah. And Libyan desert glass, this is also pretty unusual, and when you want, you may read about it. It's got incredible properties, very high vibe. This is really incredible thing. I got also opals. Here is a wonderful thing. Here are opals and pyrite. Pyrite is usually like golden. This one is quite dark. It's very metallic, yeah. And there are beautiful Ethiopian opals in it. And so opals are also very, very high vibe, just like diamond, just like clear quartz. Here is my really beloved opal, Ethiopian opal. It's raw, and it's got a really wonderful fire inside of it. So all of the colors, yeah, all of the colors, from blue and violet to red to everything. Also, I've got beautiful Ethiopian opal in a ring, also with a wonderful fire. Very transparent, and this time it's faceted. It's cut. Yeah. And the same for this beautiful Chilean opal. For this Chilean opal, it's got such a beautiful fire, such color. I also have earrings to match it. Got Ethiopian opal earrings and Chilean opals earrings and little pendant. Little pendant of Chilean opal. So each and every piece here is pretty outstanding and unusual, and I could talk about it for hours, because it's like a story in itself. This beautiful tiger eye ring. Tiger eye is quite grounding, yeah, but also it gives a lot of energy. You may feel very energized when you got tiger eye. The same as for red tiger eye. Got earrings with red tiger eye. It's like as if you drink a cup of coffee, yeah. So largest vitality, stamina. Anyways, all of them are very high vibe. This is a beautiful amethyst. This is also very beautiful amethyst, but this is very light shade. Crystal. Veracruz. Amethyst, this is a special type of amethyst. This is Veracruz, so they are like the light shades, light. Here is my beautiful and favorite clear quartz pendant. I love this shape actually. The shape of the teardrop, a drop, and it's a peach shade, and it's got sparkles inside. And this is copper. It also has rainbows. This is an incredible piece. I also found it on a very special occasion in my life. Here is the beautiful Hindu sapphire. Wonderful. Beautiful petersite. Also wonderful stone. Petersite. Here is the tree of life. Silver, lapis lazuli, and mother of pearl. Wonderful mother of pearl. I love mother of pearl. Chalcedony. Wonderful, wonderful. So such a wonderful, transparent, beautiful, and the silver frame. I love it. The way it's cast. Same here. This is a very rare stone. This is I love it. These are just small crystals. Yeah, I forgot the name of it. Again, I keep on forgetting the name of the stone. It's a very rare stone. Yeah, I will need to come back to it and record it again to get the name of the stone. These are only small green, deep emerald green and white and crystal blue crystals packed very closely next to one another. And yeah, I think that I will record my one movie like that to say some more about it. To come back to this issue, maybe when I will be recording about my malas. So yeah, just remember that both silver and natural stones are very high vibe. Just take a mystic topaz. Topazes are also really wonderful. This is morganite. This is white topaz. Morganites also are